So when I came to Whatcom County, there were very few Sikh families, and we had no idea of the past history. In about mid-90s, we found out about that there were 350 plus Sikhs living in Bellingham 100 years ago, and they were kicked out. And that's all we knew. So we started doing some research with Bellingham Herald and archives and things, and found out more about it. And that was the beginning of this idea to learn more about it. And in 2006, because 2007 was going to be the 100-year anniversary of the Bellingham riots, that's how it is known, Bellingham riots of 1907, and we thought we must memorialize some way. And that's when I met Paul Engelsberg, and the Sikh community here wanted to do something. And we formed a committee and started throwing the ideas that how should we do that.
We got some inspiration from some other communities and events. For example, they were building a Chinese reconciliation garden in Tacoma because Tacoma had a really horrendous riot that led to several deaths and driving out something like 700 or 800 Chinese in the 1880s. Even the US president and the Congress had tried to reconcile what had happened during World War II with the internment of the Japanese. So we had inspiration from several sources in coming up with this idea of healing and reconciliation. I think it was really Satpal's idea that started out as a scribble on a napkin or something about an arch. Do you want to tell that story?
So the building arches has been a history of ages, thousands of years. In Indian culture, archway is considered a doorway. It's a concept that when you walk through, you leave your past behind and you look forward to the future. And that's why this idea of arch came about, and we came up with a design which is the traditional Indian doorway design. And then we went through the Arts Commission and the Parks Commission and a lot of public comments, and finally settled on a red granite arch to be built on the corner behind the library.
And I could add also that the idea of including the discrimination against the Japanese and the Chinese in Whatcom County happened as a result of discussion with people in the community, with people on the city council, asked questions and discussions in the Sikh community, and it was really welcomed by lots of people. So we decided that this arch shouldn't just represent what happened in 1907 to the Punjabi Sikhs, but also be a symbol about welcoming of immigrants.
We didn't want it to dwell on what happened. We wanted to dwell on that it should never happen again to anybody.